I already have a few videos about this, but I've been getting an awful lot of comments like this one, so I thought it was time to remake it. The Bible was written over 2,000 years ago in a different language. And that Bible has been transliterated from Aramaic, Greek, Old English, Modern English. You can't possibly expect the words that were used in a different language 2,000 years ago to mean the same thing that they do today in our language, which is why it's imperative to use a concordance and a lexicon while studying Scripture. So let's find out what Matthew 5:17 through 19 means, line by line, word by word. Do not think that I have come to abolish the law or the prophets. I have not come to abolish them, but to fulfill them. Most Christians take this verse to mean that fulfill and abolish are the exact same thing. Because if Christ fulfilled the laws, then you don't have to do them anymore, which means in essence that they were abolished. But that's not what this is saying. Let's look at the word fulfilled in the concordance and the lexicon. This is the Greek word used for fulfill, and it means to make full, to complete, to fulfill. Now, in Thayer's Greek lexicon, you can see in the context of Matthew 5:17, when it says fulfill, it in essence means to cause God's will, as made known in the law, to be obeyed as it should be, and God's promises given through the prophets to receive fulfillment. Isn't that exactly what Christ's entire ministry was? He came here to show us how to walk out the laws in a way that's pleasing to God. He got rid of all the man-made commandments, and he taught God's commandments in the Torah. Everything Christ gave us as a commandment can be found in the Torah. Verse 18, for truly I say to you, until heaven and earth pass away, not an iota, not a dot will pass from the law until all is accomplished. The fact that heaven and earth have not passed away should be your sign that it's not all accomplished. But just for the sake of argument, let's look at the word accomplished in the concordance and the lexicon. The word used means to come into being, to happen, to become. And in the context of Matthew 5:18, it means has come to pass. There's a lot of scriptures that have not come to pass yet, including the one about heaven and earth passing away. Therefore, whoever relaxes one of the least of these commandments and teaches others to do the same will be called least in the kingdom of heaven. But whoever does them and teaches them will be called great in the kingdom of heaven. This entire sentence implies obedience. It implies that the people coming into the kingdom will be doing the greatest of the commandments. And the ones who are breaking the tiniest little commandment, the dietary laws, tzitzits, they'll be called least in the kingdom of heaven, at best. Matthew 19:17, if you would enter life, keep the commandments. John 14:15, if you love me, you will keep my commandments. After all this, let me ask, do you still think it's all been fulfilled?